問題ないね。OK。怒涛ですね。見事に。積みゲーが次々に片付いて。ついに、ここまで来た。あとはマスエフェクトっすよ。で、今日はちょっとな、ちょっとランニング前の、ジョギング前に、チコッとやりましょう。じゃあ早速、この星、なんで探索してたか忘れたけど、ここやろう。なんで来たんだっけな、忘れてたな。もうあらすじも忘れてたけど。確かに、ここ来たい。ここ探索して確かメインやろうって話だったな。確か基地ぶっ壊して、あれですよ。あれなんじゃん。奥にもある。狙ってくださいって言ってるようなもんじゃないか。行ってみよう。まあ、FPS は当然な。マウスの方がクソ楽なんだけど。これやったっけ？あれはてな、やってない。おっと、資源があるじゃねえか。先に資源だ。もうメタルマックスの操作が残ってるな。頭の中に。で、サガフロも終わって、いよいよ残ってる積みゲーはメタルマックスぐらいか。現状で、最近始めたやつは。やっぱ気持ちいいね。クリアしてるとね。ムーンライターもちょいちょいやってるけど、あれももうシナリオ性はほとんどねえようなもんだからな。あれはじっくりと。配信する時間がない時にシコシコとやるから。あれやな。で、次のコンテンツも準備してって感じだ。いい加減今日はちょっとメイン来てんだよ。ここのサブミッション終わったらメインに行く。何が何でも。これ何なの？なんかある。プロセアンピラミッド。イエー。プロセアンデータディスク。あ、これか。これあと一つぐらいしかなかった気がする。じゃあ行きますか、そこの地図を。基地を。パパッと潰しちゃって、ここのミッション終わろう。じゃあ行くよ。ちゃんと操作は覚えてる、まだ。危ねえ。よし、構えとけ。行くぞ。今だ。イエーイ。へい、行くぞ。またこれか。なんか変なのいる。あれ。何あれ？何謎の生物？何なんだろう。躊躇なく殺してる。びっくりした。嫌ですか。えい。えい。えい。おい、近くの別のラボ、もう一個あんのか。 結局化け物の詳細調べてないんだよ。化け物の詳細が分かんなかったんですけど。いいんですかね、それは。回復する？回復しましょう。OK。これだけ？物はこれだけか。なんか化け物作ってたね。全然情報入ってこなかったけど。これだけか。OK。うん。宝箱すらねえっていう。しけてんね。宝箱すらないのは。あともう一個基地がある？嘘あったか？あったか？これか？研究施設。どこまで見たか覚えてねえ俺が。あっちかな？あれかな？もう回るしかねえ。しらみつぶしで。こういってこういってゴーゴーゴーゴー。はいはい、頑張って。あれっぽいわ。パレットがある。頼むよ。危ない。メタルマックスじゃねえんだから、これ倒れたら罪なんだから。攻撃意識高えな。チラッと意識見ただけであれかよ。撃ってくんのかよ。どんだけ近寄らせたらいいんだよ。アホ。じゃあちゃっと忘れないうちに行っちゃうよ。まあさっきと同じ感じでしょうな。行くぞ。なんだ、ここはあれか。ゾンビか。オッケー。これあっち行くよ。あお！起こして起こして。みんな3人固まってちゃダメでしょ。後ろ取られるって。オッケー。俺突っ込む。向こうやるわ。はい。顔服定着？メディチャルポイント。メディチャルポイント。メディチャルポイント。うまい。今のはうまい。まあ、手だからな。でももう手でも6、7になってるからな。だいぶ話は進んでる気がする。いえ。あるね、いろいろ。でもこれでもまだ終わりじゃないよね。じゃあな。 現在持ってるアイテムは251。アイテムは300個まで持つことしかできません。持ちきれないアイテムは強制的にオムニジェルに変換されます。いいよ。エンジニアキット。いいよ。いいっつってるじゃん。しつこいね。いいよ。290個ぐらいになってから、あれだよね、警告出してほしいな。家福提督がいる。提督、生徒実験に、あれだ、利用されてもうダメでしたか。アウトだな。脈を取ろうとしたが、どう感じることができなかった。家福提督は死んだのだ。クリーチャーたちは残忍であるにもかかわらず、提督の遺体はしっかりと封をされており、体に損傷は見当たらなかった。腕についた、針の跡から推察するに彼は別の方法で処刑されたんだ。どうすんのこれで報告するしかないわけ。まだある？サーベラスの、主要基地を見つけた。ボイジャーク・ロビュスターのコロンビア星系。ネフェロンね。オッケー。ネフェロン。行きましょう、じゃあ。提督殺されて黙ってるわけにはいかんね。こっちもね。叩き潰してやろうじゃん。ぜひレックスを連れて行こうじゃん。次は。じゃあここじゃん。ここもう出ていいんだ。ピン2だもんね。ピン2だから違うよな、もう。次だよな、目的地は。コロンビア星系。ボイジャークラスターのコロンビア星系。ボイジャークラスターのコロンビア星系な。それだけ覚えとけば。ボイジャークラスターのだよね。それだけ覚えとけばなんとかわかるか。ボイジャークラスターのアマゾンじゃない。コロンビアだ。これだ。隣の星系だったか。なんだっけ。ネフェロンじゃなくて、グロンマ。まあいいや、とりあえず周りを調査しよう。メダル。オンタヘタ、ここじゃないね。ネフェロンか。じゃあ行っちゃおう。レックス連れてこっかね。レックスかアシュリーかな。ロマンスってアシュリーちゃん、アシュリーぐらいしかいなくない？アシュリーかリアラかタリちゃんってなっちゃうと、まだアシュリーぐらいしか。ロマンスもぼちぼち視野に入れていかないとダメ。ドラゴンエイジ的に言うと。資源があるしね。雪か。何か飛んできたから攻撃かも。怖っ。あれか。ゆっくりゆっくり。いいよゆっくり。よし。 次はなんか2、3でどんだけ進化するかだね。気になるのはシステム面とこういうお使い面も別に正直あんまりだよね。サブクエ水増しだもんな、はっきり言っちゃえば。敵マークが出ないってことは基地じゃないかな。着いたぞ。ミイラ化してサラリアンで、その奥にあれか、サラリアンってことは異物系だな。ID ターク。本当の収集クエストですね。この流れ、基本的にはもう分かってきたから。大体この流れ。あれが資源か。あれは、資源じゃねえな。なんだ。敵かな、この広さは。違う。なんだ。いやでもこの広さはだよな。触手出さないタイプか。ならまだダメだ。シールドぐらい払えよな。わあ出た。おぶねおぶねもう殺す。はい、死んだ。レベル上がらんかったか。何これ。あいつがやったからか。残骸ですね。見事にあいつに襲われた奴らか。かわいそうに。さてと、じゃああれね、ここが、これか。これが研究施設だったかな。地下施設。先にじゃあ残骸行くか。まあ、探すっつってもね、本当に資源があればラッキーぐらいだからな。ヤッホーヤッホー。こっちなってる。 こうして、こうか。よいしょ。うえいやー。なんだこら。衛星か。探査機だった。レイプロトン機。あらーす。じゃあ、本丸行こっか。全部見終わったから。あった資源だ。危ない。海面から叩きつけられたらさすがに終わりじゃね。だいぶ俺も慣れたぜ。ベリリウム。いえ。金もちゃんとこれで入ってきてるからね。全くの、ただのサブクエのためだけの話ってわけじゃないんだよ。金が腐るほど今あるんだよな。金が。70万だよ、金。よいしょ。いけい。おっと、人かよ。なんだよ。人ですか。車相手に人とは。カホじゃないですか。戦車相手に人間が戦うようなもんだぜ。もうメタルマックスでその無謀さは嫌というほど知ってるから。アホじゃないこの人。メタルマックスでその予防、それがいかに無謀かっていうのは俺は知ってるから。戦車相手に。オッケー。ポイントはアシュリーも溜まってるか。コンバットアーマーマックスにしてもいいけど、先にどうしよっか。フィットネス ?HP か射撃。アサルトトレーニングでもいいかな。まあでもスナイパーライフルかな。スナイパーライフルのアサルトトレーニングかな。タリちゃんがタリちゃんまだか。俺がマスタートレーニングも終わってるから、あとは本当にアサルトぐらいか。スナイパーライフル終わったし、アサルトライフル上げて、アサルトトレーニング上げてぐらいか。じゃあ行こう。よし。まあやることはほとんど一緒だよな。交渉できれば交渉するし、できなきゃやり合うだけよ。でも250個もあったか、アイテム。そのもんそんなに装備持ってた？使わないやつ全部ジェムに変えちゃう。だいぶ、もう赤いはダメだ。赤いってことはもうダメだね。交渉の余地なしです。はい。赤いってことはもう交渉の余地なしです。 そうだよ。どこ向いて撃ってんのあんた。敵横ですよ。サーベラス部隊だわ。このこけんの強えな。あとは横こ分散して地の量を得よう。こっからはアサルト。次レバーアップ。いるね。お疲れ。OK。All targets down。行くぞ。まあでも先に撃ってきた向こうだからね。交渉の余地はなかったな。宝か。100% 先に撃ってきた向こうだからな。今の。回復がいらない。レイドラクショー。メディジェルも使ってないな。こういうゲームやってるとあれだよね。X コムやりたくなるよね。あっちも積んでんだよな。難易度はるかに違うけどね。X コムの方がはるかに難易度高いけど。運ゲーすぎるからな、あれ、基本。ファイヤーストーン。いいんじゃないの？ガラ空きだぜ。まだある。4つもあるぜ、ストレージが。イエー。でもハードじゃないからな。質はあんまり期待できないかもしれない。まあそしたら全部ジェルに変えちゃえばいいか。ありがとう。この任務終わったらアシュリーとちょっと話してみるか。なんかアシュリーと別の会話ができそうな予感があった。着いたけど。エイドステーションはあれだ。回復しかないから。ターミナル。開いてどうなる？いくつかボタンを押してみる。警告音が鳴り、データベースが点滅してしまった。できるだけ多くのファイルをアーマーの内蔵コンピューターにコピーした。消去され、コンピューターはシャットダウンした。ファイルが暗号化されてるに違いないが、後でゆっくり解読すればよいと。で、終わり？終わったよ。なんか終わりもわかんねえもんな。本当に終わったのか。今だったらね、右とかね、右とかになんか、完了みたいなんで、そこでわかるからいいけど。それもないってね、厳しい。ちゃんとジャーナル見て判断しないといけない。なんかそういうのも見てね、ゲームの進化も感じる。親切になったなーっつって。じゃあ帰ろう。レベルアップしたから、見るか。3ポイント。でも、チャーム用に取っておきたいけど、まあ、アサルトライフルだけは上げといて、ファーストエイド上げて、こうかな。タリちゃんどうしよっかな。ディクリプションはもういらないし、ハッキングは取ったから、ダンピング。敵のテック及びバイオテックアビリティを、いいんじゃない？ダンピングいいんじゃない？相手のスキル使用禁止ね。なんか、バリアみたいなのが鬱陶しいんだよね。一番やってると。死なねえから。 よし、じゃあ OK かな。これで。ここのミッションも終了。これにてサブクエがやっと一通り終わった。なので、戻ってちょっと仲間と会話して、メイン行こう。何分かかったんここまで。30分か。よし。じゃあ仲間とちょっとコミュニケーション取ろう。今までずっとないがしろにしてるから。バトルで。ケイデンここだっけ？ケイデンだけ上なんだよな。ケイダンだけ上なんだよな。ないか。こういうパターンの時は確かね、特にないんだよ。まあ、メインストーリー進んでねえんだから当たり前だけどな。話に展開がないから。話題もないわけだ。ギャレスどうすか？最近どう？
Commander, good to see you. You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action? Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some really interesting things. I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out? I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
なぜ?
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, there was an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
よくあること？よくはないことでしょ。
So what was it?
Both, actually.But it took us a while to figure that out.
人体実験をしてたのか何が分かった？
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests.
生きてる。トゥーリアン。
Weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Saleon, the geneticist. So we went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing.No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genome. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each, that's 40,000.
効果はないけど迷信で買っちゃってるわけ。
Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
取り調べ?
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out.I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body. Some of them were That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Saleon's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow good, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran.Blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order.
あれ
They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. You just used them to make more orders. But they wouldn't listen.
のなしどもめ。
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his
サブクエっぽい
policies.
ね。
He
これ
said
追い
if
か
I
ける
didn't like
追い
it,
か
I
ける
could quit.
話が出
I
るんです。
almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
そうだね。君は正しい。
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be
人
wishing
体
they
実験
died
され
by
るぐらい
now
だったら
anyway.
確かにそうだよ。
Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
ドクターサレオン
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get
私に曲
anyone
が
to
で
check
も
it out.
スペクター
I'll
で
check
行
out
き
the
ましょう。
coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go.
Okay.
Fix Leon. I want to be there when you find him.
サブクエですね。
Commander,
よし。
how are you?
じゃあ次。アシュリー。
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
家族か
Your sister, I assume?
Until I get home and kill her. That's Sarah, the youngest. Surprised to see you here, sir. Thought you'd be chatting up, what's her name? Tasoni?
なぜ
Liara. Why would you think that?
Scuttlebutt says you
なんで
I could understand why. The crew's off limits.
あれはとりあえず
He
女に
regs against fraternization.
嫉妬してんです
And
か
at least she looks like a woman.
本気言ってんですかね
You think I'm interested in Liara because she's the only one I'm allowed to date?
So you are interested in her. Of course, it could be politics. Alien diplomat's daughter,
嫉妬全開
asking orders to make nice with the bug-eyed monsters. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
まあ別の話にするか
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
覚えま
Next,
し
you'll tell me you all ran across green fields singing show tunes.
Don't knock show tunes. I might have to take exception. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
いいっすよ
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to
Video mail.
relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobyl.
アマテラス
Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
それから
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and
ああ
left.
なるほど危
Didn't have a scratch
な
on
かった
her.
わけです
Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
マイクはどうなの
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood
や
everywhere.
るな
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell.
賢い
Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. and she hugged him.
優
The
しい。
Williams women are a decisive
ね。
bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
面白い。
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
テニスんだな。牛が好きな退屈だ。
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
暇そうだ。煽るわ。
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home.
ああ、亡くなったんで。
Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching though. So behave.
今もね。
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
そんなことはない。
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
君は家族仲がいい。
Not everyone's as close to their family as you are.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, I never really thought about that before. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years.
あと
That's
は
impressive.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
一緒か？
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Not everyone's as close to their family as you are.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, I never really thought about that before. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of
よ
years.
し、じゃあ行こ
That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it,
う。
Skipper.
OK、レックス。
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
例えば。
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
これ聞いた
I
気持
tried
ち
to
助け
help.
たいから。
That's why I had to leave.
興味深い。
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter
本気もいい
who,
とこだな。
as long as we were fighting.
あんたは
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
やるとは
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No,
ああだよ
he
ね。
didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
で、行ったのか。まあ、襲われてそうだね
It sounds like a
顔の
trap
傷
to
がそれ
me.
だったり
You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush,
あ、
well,
親父
there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
父親なのか
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I
なる
left,
ほどね
and that's why I'll never go
なるほど。
back.
ジェノファージ
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They
ま
made
あ暴
it.
力的すぎるクローガンが数を増やさないためにってこ
All
と
I
だよ
know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most
クローガンってやつが数が増えすぎるともう
every Krogan is
その本能
infected,
で
everyone, and no one's rushing to find a
なるほど
cure.
ね
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan
まあそ
scientist?
こはもう国民性というかね
You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
No. Now that I
あ
have
顔
my
も取り
family's
まあ
armor
取り
again,
戻したあ
there's nothing left
そう
for
ねなんか
me.
いつの間にかやったし
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting
い
any
つの間にか取り
stronger.
戻してたんだよな
We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers.
あこれ聞いた
We're
な
warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out.
そう戦いたいっていう部族だからな
So long, Rex.
そう戦いたいっていう部族だからね難しいんだよね最後はであとタリちゃんとリアラか
Shepard, I'm glad you're
ちょう
here.
どよかったどうした
Why are you so cheerful?
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Theron's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
例えば
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage, but I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
すごいプレッシャーだ
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
銀河を救えばいい
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular
それはある
society.
ね
The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Seren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
で答え
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own
なる
problems.
ほど。父親について聞く。
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
じゃあ仲いいんか。
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
なんかある？ないよね。聞いたもんね。
I want to know more about the Geth.
わかるかな？
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know.
結局はな、
It's been almost 3
こっちは
centuries
まだ
since
そ
they
んなに
drove my people into
発展
exile.
はしてないね。
All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
OK。いいよ。
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
AI 研究。あー、でもこれ聞いたな。これいいや。聞いたわ。
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
そういうとこで失敗したな。神経ネットワー
So,
ク？
the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with
たく
other
さん集
nearby
まるもん
Geth.
賢い。
Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the
いわ
smarter
ゆる
they
集合
are.
意識。
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot
情報
share
も共有はで
sensory
きない。
data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual
個別の意識
awareness
は
and
ある。
identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
なるほど。え？
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more
これ聞い
Geth,
たよな。
their effective
聞いちゃったや
intelligence
つ。
became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Okay.
I should go.
See you later.
聞いたからいいや。その話を。
Something I can do for you, Commander.
これない。
Carry on, Adams.
さてと、じゃあ行きますか。あとリアラか。あとリアラがあるから、リアラと話したら OK だね。割とがっつり皆さんお話になって。あと次のコンテンツどうするかっていうのも考えないとな。リアラン、リアラン。
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
ないか。
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
今は?
Has your opinion changed at all?
It has. I have been watching you and your crew. It has taught me a lot about your species. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
脅威。
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully.
乱暴者ね。
You run over
あ、
anyone
まあ
in
ね。
your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
私?
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
なるほどね。経歴調査。
Now you're digging into my past? Invading my privacy?
I am sorry. I know it was wrong, but after our last conversation, I was too embarrassed to approach you directly. I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
なるほどね。もっとよく知りたい。男性を。はい。ビーコンでは、まあいい。
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
君は異星人だ。少佐はすでにウィリアム軍曹とお付き合いしてると思ってました。わからんな。別にそんな関係にもなってないしな。
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard?
私
Is
の
there a
直感は
mutual
勘違いですか
attraction, or
ぐいぐい来る
was I
ね
wrong about that too?
ぐいぐい来るね。どうしよう。ぐいぐい来るね。ぐいぐい来るね。いいか。人間は普通すぎる？人間は普通すぎるか。どっちでもいいっちゃどっちもいいけど、能力的にはリアラの方が当然使えるわけなんだよね。リアラでいくかな。
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species.
怖いね。
We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
何？一つだけを撃つって何でしょう？
Saren wants both of us dead. That's something.
That is not the most romantic reason, is it? You make it all sound so dangerous.
そんな恐ろしいこと考えたくもありません。だから面白い。
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
オッケー。
Take all the time you need, Liara.
これでルートもあれなのかな？リアラルートになっちゃうかな。
Let's just talk
これ
about
でリア
something
ラ
else
確
for
定。
now.
でも人間は普通すぎてつまんねえなと思うしな。
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
そこなんだよな。まあわかんねえや。これでアシュリーに話しかけたら怒るかな、かなり。でも実際アシュリーと付き合ってるわけじゃないしね。向こうも何も言ってこないしね。問題ないと思うんだけど、あんなグイグイ来るのね。まだ美人な方だからいいけどな。ぶっさくだったらきついよね、確かに。アシュリー怒るかな。でも実際パーティーに貢献してるって言うとアシュリーじゃなくてリアラなんだよ、実際な。
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking.
ないか。
They're family, right?
I'm not sure I believe it either. It's better to have her where we can see her.
That makes sense. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll
こ
talk
こら
later.
辺の選択も2、3
Looking
に
forward to it.
響いてくるってなるとどうしようって感じなんだけど、まあ、とりあえずいっか。まあでも人間は普通すぎちゃってる。つまんないっちゃつまんないよな。異種族感ってあるんかね、でもね。逆に子供がどうなるのか気になるけどね。これでくっついたとして。まあいいや。じゃあ行きましょう。ちょうど話も終わったので。じゃあサレオンを探すっていうのはあるんですけど、とりあえず後回しで。
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're going to want to hear this one.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
なんだ
Who are you and who do you represent?
Who I am is inconsequential. Suffice to say, I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
Your deal died with Kahoku. Why should I help you?
The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive, but no secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands. Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
What are you going to do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
信用できねえよ。
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
知らんがな。そんなこと言われたって。よし、じゃあとりあえずはもうメイン進めるよ、いい加減。じゃあノベリア行きましょう。進めようなもんいい加減な。行くぜ、ノベリア。あ、てか普通に人住んでるわ。さあ、久々。
This is the SSV Normandy requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access.
あ、はや、さすが。
Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
よし、じゃあ行きましょう。これで降りればいいか。ジョーカー行ってくるよ、じゃあ。
Commander, something you need?
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
タリちゃんと、まあ、リアラ連れて行こうじゃん。
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
ここは何するんだっけ？ノベリア。ゲスがノベリアのコロニーにある民間施設に関心を抱いている。あ、舞子松尾。
That's far enough.
はい、従おう。
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your
身分の
credentials.
証明を。はい。評議会です。
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
みんな落ち着け。
Let's not start a fight.
I'll be behind you. That armor's in good condition?
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
はい。危な。
Get out of
う
here.
るせえな。まあ、よそもんだからな。しゃあない。こんなんで怒ってたらもう、外交なんかできねえ。
I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you
行きま
have.
しょう。こんなんで腹立ててたらキリがねえからな。で、そこは冷静にな、大人の対応ですよ。 なんかあれ徹底的に叩き潰すけど。
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeas. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
通してくれてありがとう。
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
ちょっと待って。先にもう本題聞いちゃった方が早いかな。なぜこんなに
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
プライバシーの電力。招かれざる客というわけ。
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
ゲスがいると聞いて。
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is
ベ
here.
ンジア、ああ、奥さん、ああ、お母さんだっけ。今はどこに。
Passed through? Where is she now?
リアル連れてきて正解だ
Benezia
ったね。
left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
なるほど。生き方を教えてくれ。
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
あのレイスね。
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Okay.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the
管理部
administrator's
長室
office.
行けばいいけどね。
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
OK。
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
タリちゃんも問題ない？
The appeal of winter wears thin, very
こういうものジャケットね。そんなおしゃれなもの持ってんの？
The sooner we are off this frozen world, the better.
行きますか。
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
The managers warned us about you.
あ、あいつがいる。証人だって。
This one offers greetings. You are the specter that visits Port Hanshan.
もう知っていると。
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
あれがそれに密輸？
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
中身は？
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
受け取り人。
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain
こ
anonymous.
ちらにも立場があるんでね。
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
まあいいよ、やっても。
I have no problem with that.
絶対最後戦闘に
This
なりそ
one
う。
humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analeas. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
買い物しよ
Could I buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
まず一般アイテムから。これも買えるもんね。17万とか。8で17万安くない？ 8 のアサルトライフル。比較は220。まあヒートシンクがね、あれだけど。まあそこまでかな。軽量アーマーはメディジェルとアップグレード買って。
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I'm here to shop. We can discuss this later.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
アーマーはトゥーリアン。トゥーリアンが誰だっけな。クローガンはあれだろ。クローガンはレックスだからな。トゥーリアンって誰だっけ。トゥーリアンリアラだっけ。アサリだよね。トゥーリアンはギャレンか。ギャレスか。
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
何回も言われるんだったらさっさとこれやっちゃった方がいい気もしない。
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
アップグレードはいいのある。UPG フュージョンか。まあ微妙じゃない。いらないか。OK。
The managers warned us about you, Spectre.
君に気をつけろって俺にってことだね。
I'm on duty, Spectre. I shouldn't be talking.
入れる。どこが目的地よ。向こうか。俺の現在地は現在地ここね。これクエストね。これクエストで目的地って。この先じゃんじゃあ。あれガレージか。で、車でどっか行けるわけ。先にあれかな、話進めちゃった方が早いか。で、その後にサブクエやっちゃうか。ちょっとねー。こんにちは。ジアンナさん。後ろどうなってる？あ、はいはいはい。後ろか。
How can I help you?
アルレイスは。
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
なんか結構、そっかしい人？進出企業。
Tell me about the companies that work on Novaria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Binary Helix? They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
バイオテックスか。まあな。それはまあ別々の分野だからそれぞれ頑張ってくださいよと言うしかない。
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Your guards work for ERCS,
それフラグじゃない？我々の警備が超えられ
The
たこと
executive
は
board
ない。
gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
研究施設。
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
山岳地帯に出てると。
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
こんな吹雪の惑星でよくやるよな。これか。あのレイス。
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the executive board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
なるほどね。法規制なしだと危険では。
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
あ、密告できちゃう。
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
そうなんだ。
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their
感
business.
知しない？じゃあ密輸も関係ないね。いいよ。じゃあ
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
身辺警護役と。
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not
そ
our
う、じゃあ
concern.
俺らの密輸も関係ないもんね。
I'd like to see her,
感
immediately.
知しないんでしょ。
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Scotty Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
じゃあ俺自分で。
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
じゃあいいっすよ。
I have no more questions at this time.
もういいっすよ。
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
これ殺せるんかなワンちゃん。試してみる。あ、ダメか。ダメだ。さすがにそこまで自由度はないや。
Mr. Annaleas isn't the only one with a path to leave Hanshan.
あら。
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
そのようだな。
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Annaleas.
Okay,
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
Mr. Annaleas isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
Okay.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
了解です。まあ、ちゃんとそういう抜け穴があるわけね。じゃあ先に密輸やっちゃうか。ホテルはどこ？ホテル多分こっちか。こっちから降りたらか。まあ、先に密輸やっちゃう。一応タレットがどこにでもいるわけね。で、一応そこで警戒はしているよと。
I'll be keeping my eye on you.
これか。おぼるの荷物。あ、これがあったね。さあ、これで何言われるかな。あれ、アラームなんなかった。 あ、報酬もくれるって言うからな。持ってきたよ。
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
ん？いいよ。
Here you are. The Spectre has done a great service for this one. From the deepness of light, it thanks you. This one promises compensation for services rendered. It humbly suggests that a sum of 250 credits would be most appropriate.
私がいなければ困ったんだろう?
Would you have had any chance of getting this past customs without me? You can be a bit more generous.
The other's words possess the discomforting ring of truth. This one could raise the sum to 500 credits. That is half this one's profit taken by the other. It can offer no more.
It'll have to do.
This one is glad to have come to an agreement.
I'm just
買い物の商品で1個19万だのなんだの言ってるのに。まあでも経験値が入るからでかいよね。500って。
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
Don't make us regret letting you keep those guns.
Guns. 実際戦ったら速攻で倒せるかな。君ら。4時かも。もうぼちぼちあれだな。休憩挟んでジョギング行きて。ホテルかな？ぽいね。
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time.
何かですこいつ？
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone.
やっぱりリアルと比べると、ね、リアルが可愛い系の顔してるなとは思うよ。
Or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Novaria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance, discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
違法行為じゃないですか?
You think this uniform's just for show? My job is to enforce the law, not break it.
Do you think that Binary Helix obeys all the laws? That they do not spy on other companies?
わかりましたよ。
No. I don't suppose they're clean either.
やろうよ、じゃあ。
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
Okay. I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
これもサブクエスト。 どうしよう、じゃあ先に砂漠をやっちゃうか。住宅地。
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to.
みんな同じこと言われてるな。管理部の言いなりじゃないですか。じゃあバーガスと話すか。首の後ろさすったら要注意。
Can I help you? Mr. Vargas, Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/50 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you're here for business. There are many development projects on Overia. Some not entirely legal.
クソちゃんも足んね。
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
Sounds like my crew needs me for something. I'll be in touch.
Of course, Commander Shepard.
Yeah. 無事これで終わり?
Any results?
済ませました。
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Only 500. All right. I thought you might have wanted to provide more, since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
でも750でもはしたがるだけど。物が欲しいよね。物が欲しいよね。チャームが上がんねえな、あと2個。なかなか。じゃあロリック・キーンと話すか。
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you? Are you Lorik Keene? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
まあそうね。
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analaeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
By rents, you mean bribes for Analaeus?
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analaeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analaeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits. How did you get a pass? I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
Why didn't Analeas cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry
獣もいるのか。面白い。
You have a plan? I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion? Violence against Mr. Analeas' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
はい。カーペットにはちょっとつけません。アホなビジネスマンもドアも。
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a quarter.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the Traverse. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with synthetic insights. The manager, Laura Keene, he got caught with his toes wet. The office is closed by Hanshin's administrator. I need you to see what you can find out about. Are you ready for his name? Ronadrill, Gon, Swa, Fosun, Keratin, Nard, EAB, Belanaleas. No, that's the administrator.
こっちでもなんか別で動いてる人がいる。怪しいと思ってる人が。
A Turian wouldn't risk getting his office closed. They don't compromise their team. That's drilled into them from boot camp. I think the administrator is using this Keene fella to draw flies from his own clutch. Of course I could look it up myself. But do you think I'm likely to get any unfiltered data through Noveria's own network? That, and it would take forever for any out-system search results to get back here. Thank you, Elder Brother. I have to go. Yes. I'll speak to you soon.
こいつが絡んでくるわけじゃないんか。あ、で、こいつかなんか、イナモルだ。なんか、商品買ってたやつ。女の子らしいよ。クローガンの女性って初めてかもしれない。ちょっと話聞く。警備システムコントロールは。よくわかんないけど。ドクターはすぐに安全な場所にいるんです。ドクターが我々の組織に関与していたことがバレてしまった。もはやニュートン制御は来ちゃう。危険です。これわかんないけど。まあセキュリティ無効にしちゃった。いいや。まあいいや。稲森田さん。
Beat it.
消えろ。
I said beat it. Go find something else to do. Stupid mammal.
これ女なんかに。
If you don't stop poking me, I'll throw you off that balcony. Beat it.
なんかあったらバトルになりそうだけど。まあたった一人で何ができるって。
I can't let you in.
で、目的は俺の。ここじゃないんだっけ？ここじゃないんか。よくわかんないけど、セキュリティ無効にしちゃった。それだけやっていくか。ジョギングに。ぼちぼちオムニジェルも作っといた方がいいよな。どこだ？外か。あ、外っぽいな。ガレージじゃねえもんな。いやでも向こうのあれかな。向こうの。秘密兵器。すげえじゃん。こっちかな。これガレージか。これガレージだな。 あれエレベーターは上か。もう一個エレベーターは奥か。ガレージのところを直前にまっすぐか。リリーラ・ヒックス。誰これ？
Spectre, right?
そうだ。
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be a military tech. Except for my ego's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Annaleus, and the matriarch came through.
Bingo だね。
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Annaleus or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
まあ迷惑はかけねえ。
I have to go.
やることは分かってるから。
You need anything? I'll be here.
いいよ。ここは多分繋がってんじゃねえ、さっきの依頼されてる。
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
キーンから許可得てます。
Laura Keene gave me a pass in.
Keen? Are you working for him? He's under
君たち
investigation.
がここにいることは違法ですよ。
Annaleus is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keen. Annaleus has a Varan up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
あ、お前らはね、他はいるじゃねえか。他はいるじゃねえか。なんだよ。次。見なかったって言ってるけど、結局戦うんじゃねえか。下か。あとは全員下。相手になんねえよ。奥か。お疲れ。全員撤退しねえんだな。全員撤退しねえのはなんだ。いいね。もう最悪だって7以外を売っちゃってもいいし、売っちゃうっつうか、売ってもいいし、ジェル変換でもいいし。もう店よりあんまり価値なくなってきたな。店でわざわざ買うほどの価値が感じなくなってきたらあれだよ。いや、あっちびっくりマークついてるから後だな。こっち先行くか。よし。 で、2階か。一番のか。目的は。暗証金庫。こうじゃなければ基本はこうじゃなければ基本はね。そうか。証拠をダウンロードして。あ、誰かいる。あらー。また交渉ですか。バレちゃったカエラたちに。
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
君は
You have me at a
まずい
disadvantage.
とこ見られちゃったな。
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Annaleus would throw you off world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
戦うんだろ
You're here off duty breaking the law for bribe money. You expect us to feel bad for stopping you?
受けてたと。
If you want a fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk.
終わり。まったく。いいね。これで OK かな。あ、アグレッシブ上がった。いいね。見張ってるぞとかっつって一番威圧的だった人ですね。警備兵でね。まあ、あの人が不正を働いてて、あいつと繋がってたってわけだ。よし、私は。
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
あの人が雇ったオール付きでは。
Probably Annaleus' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
お前がキーンと会えっつったんだろうがよ。なんなんだそれ。お前がキーンと会えって言ったから会いに行ってさ、で、ゴロつき雇ってめちゃくちゃやってるからどうにかしてくれって頼まれてさ、ゴロつき倒してさ、あげくのでもう一回来てくれって。めちゃくちゃじゃないですか。全然スペクターとか言う割にはあれだよな。法を無視しちゃってるよ。言いなりだよな。 のばあちゃんがどんな話をしてくるのかな。
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs.
What do you want?
The executive board knows about Ananias's corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Ananias's secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Novaria.
The rule is don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Ananias is driving customers away.
なるほど、波風立てるなね。
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, this month I stole 3 million credits. Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
Keen の証言と記憶さえあれば証言もしよう。
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, this month I stole 3 million credits. Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
なるほどね。Keen の通行証も欲しいんで
I
すけど。
need Keen's garage pass to complete my
あ、ちょっ
mission.
と待った。
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
どうすっかね。
Do you know why the matriarch is here?
Something to do with Peak 15. She arrived after we received their Code Omega, automated warning of a containment breach. She came with an escort of Asari commandos. They took the last shuttle up to Peak 15 with a load of crates.
Do you know what she had in the crates?
No idea. The commandos wouldn't let anyone near them. They seemed heavy though.
ビーコンかな。
How can I get to Peak 15?
The shuttles are down, so you'd have to drive up. If you get Keen to testify, I'll get into the garage.
Okay.
What's happening up on Peak 15?
Before the weather closed in, Hanshan received a Code Omega signal from him. Code Omega means a terminal breach of safety protocols. No one goes up until the crew sends an all clear.
報酬は
And if the crew never sends an all clear?
The executive board votes whether or not to destroy the facility. One antimatter warhead from the battle stations vaporizes all
証拠も
contaminants.
消えちゃうってわけ。知ってるの全部。
That doesn't tell me much.
That's all I've got. No one knows what's going on up there.
行ってみるしかないわけね。報酬が欲しいはなくなっちゃったもんや。まあ証言してほしいってことね。いいよじゃあ。
Alright, I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
騙してほしいとかそういう
Thank you.
話じゃないわけ
You
で。
know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
騙してほしいとかそういう話じゃなかったからまあいいでしょう。
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public
英雄になれ
spectacle.
るぜ。
Everyone on this station is chafing under Ananias' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board was already investigating Ananias. They're concerned about the worm in their own food.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will
Okay.
testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here. I have not been contacted regarding our arrangement yet. Are things in hand?
Not yet. I need to speak to my contact.
Do hurry. Analeus has many spies. I have not been contacted regarding our arrangement yet. Are things in hand?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Armed commandos were allowed on Noveria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers. Saren, and by extension, Venezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
You know why Venezia is here?
She claimed to be Saren's assistant, here to get a certain project back on track. I suspect she meant League 15.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Venezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstripe suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with their species.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why so few will listen and talk. What sort of office?
わかんねえか。通じねえよな。一応地球人なりのね、相手への迷惑かけたじゃんね。難しいな。迷惑時間取らせた。時間取らせたをな、どう説明するべきかだよな。確かに。
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now.
I said beat it.
時間を取らせたを何というかだよ。確かに。時間を取らせたを高速だと思っちゃう。高速だと思って違うんだよな。高速じゃなくて、まあお礼の意味も込めてみたいな。お礼となんだろうな。ちょっと謝罪じゃねえけど。なんつうんだろうな、気遣い、心遣いみたいな、そういう認識がないみたいなことでしょ、あの人らは、ね。難しいね。確かにな、そういう捉え方もあるよな。時間を取らせたって。高速だと思ってんのかっていう。難しいね。地球人同士だったよな。地域が違えば同じ表現通じるか分かんないもん。確かに。あ、ニコ生終わっちゃった。まあいいや。じゃあちょっとこの話だけ終わらして、一旦切りましょう、配信。あれここでいいんだよな。ここでいいんだよ。なんであいつ奥にいるの？あれあ、ここでいいんか。
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
いいよ。説得した。
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
ガレージの件は。
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
分かったから。
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
イエーイということで、汚職野郎が一人いなくなった。なんか探れね。ねえか。 これ、ほら、来た。もうあいつには必要ないでしょ。イエーイ。そういうことよ。目に入ってたかんな。ということで、じゃあ OK かな。じゃあここから先はまた、後だね。ちょっと走ってこよう。暗くなってきてるからやばい。じゃあOK。でやで。てんてれてれてれてんて